I need to tell you something that still makes my stomach twist a little. Some car makers want you to pay again to use stuff that is already in your car. Not like a little app. I mean real features that sit there, quiet, until you send money. I know, it sounds wild, but it is a growing trend. Folks call it feature as a service, and it changes what owning a car even means. Picture this like buying a fridge, and then the ice maker only works if you pay each month. I've worked recalls for a decade, and I'm still torn, because some services do cost money to run, but locking a button you can touch feels different. We even saw a new electric model where full power is behind a subscription or a one-time fee. That sparked a bigger fight about fairness and safety. Here's why you should care today. If a feature can be switched off by software, it can affect how your car drives, how it's sold later, and even how recalls get handled. If this sounds like the kind of messy but real talk you want more of, that's what we do here at Recall Roadmap with Morgan. So yeah, subscribe if you want in. I'm going to break down what's actually happening, what the law says in plain words, and how to protect your wallet. Ready to see where the line between service and double charge really sits? Okay, let's decode how this works, because it's not just one thing. The car has the hardware, like sensors and chips, already inside, and the maker can turn features on or off with software. Think of it like a house with every room built, but some doors have digital locks. Many connected goodies like maps or in-car apps come free for a short period, often around 3 years, and then they ask you to pay to keep them going. That part can make sense when there are servers and data plans, but I still wince when basic hardware is sitting there waiting for your card. Over-the-air updates make all this easy from their side, and a little scary from ours. In theory, an update can add a tool or pull one back. I hate that risk, even if confirmed cases are rare. Now the law. In the European Union, consumer rules push for clear terms on digital goods and updates, so makers have to be more open about what you get and for how long. In the United States, it's a patchwork, with right to repair stronger in some states and disclosure not always the same across dealers. The United Kingdom and Australia sit somewhere in the middle on clarity and fairness ideas. So what must they tell you before you buy, and what should you never assume? Let's talk money in real-life terms. One big brand's electric hatch lets you unlock full performance with a monthly fee or a one-time buy. The monthly number is about £16.50. The lifetime buy is about £1,250. Now, breathe with me, because I'm not here to sell you either. If you keep the car 5 years, the monthly path can land under the one-time price. If you keep it longer, like 7 or 8 years, the monthly bill creeps past the big single hit. And if you sell the car early, the next owner might have to start paying again, which dents the joy and maybe the price you can ask. Subscriptions can look small today, but grow like vines around your budget. Buyouts feel heavy now, but simple later. I tell owners to match the plan to their real timeline. Short keep, monthly can be okay. Long keep, buyout often wins. I still wrestle with the idea that the hardware is there either way, because that feels like paying rent on your own couch. If you had to pick right now, would you rent the feature or buy it forever? Here's where it hits the driveway. I worked with an owner who lost built-in navigation after the free period ended. The car still drove fine, but their trip history and service reminders were tied to that account, and when it lapsed, they felt blind. We got the safety recall fixed for free, because recalls must be free, but the app parts were still paywalled. That split is confusing, and, I don't like confusion in safety. Used buyers see that too. If a feature shuts off unless you pay, many will either push for a lower price or walk. That worry alone can tug resale value down, even if we don't have perfect numbers yet. On ethics, I get tense when safety helpers, like high beam assist or lane tools, sit behind a pay gate, because safe roads help everyone, not just subscribers. Region matters. In the European Union, clearer disclosure rules give you leverage to ask for written terms on digital features and updates. In the United States, you may need to press the dealer, line by line, for what expires and when. Wherever you live, ask how over-the-air updates and subscriptions touch recalls, service info, and diagnostics. So if the app goes dark, do you still get every safety fix and basic service data without paying? All right, here's the quick, calm roadmap I use. 1. List every paywalled feature on your exact trim before you sign. 2. Write down the free period length for maps, apps, and data, and what stops when time is up. 3. Ask for both prices, the monthly and the lifetime buy, and map them to how long you plan to keep the car. 4. Get recall and service access in writing, so you still get safety notices and basic info even if you skip the app. 5. Check your region's rules on digital content and right to repair, because those give you bargaining power. If a feature is nice to have, sure, rent it. If it's core to how you drive, consider the buyout or pick a model that includes it. And yeah, I'm still torn because subscriptions can fund real support, but charging rent for a button you can touch feels off in my bones. If this helped, thanks for watching, and please subscribe so you don't miss next week's messy but honest guides. Drop a comment with what you lost after year 3 or what you refused to pay for because your story helps other drivers. And if you want to keep learning, queue up our episode on how over-the-air updates affect repairs, then our deep dive on recall rights in your region. So, what kind of driver do you want to be when cars start charging rent for their own bones?